Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing with Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 6, text number 34. Chanchala hi manaha Krishna pramati balavadhrudham tasyaham nigraham manye vayor iva sudushkaram. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. And to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So this is a very, you can say, hot topic. You can also say it's a $1 million question, how to control the mind, which is restless, it is turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. 4 things, the way it's described. And we are very fortunate that Arjuna asked that question because it's going to benefit us. And for the next few verses, till verse number 39, that's what we'll cover today, we will see how we can control the mind. And here, Arjuna is giving us a hint that it is easier to control the wind than to control the mind. Imagine. So difficult to control the wind. So imagine how difficult it is to control the mind. So if we do not allow the mind to overcome intelligence, you see, intelligence is, so Krishna has explained to us in the previous chapters that above the sense objects are the senses. Above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is intelligence. And above intelligence is the spirit soul. And finally, above the spirit soul is the super soul, which is Krishna himself. So if the mind overcomes the intelligence, then it is very difficult to control the mind. I have talked about this before. So just visualize, the cover page of the Bhagavad Gita. Let's take one, okay? So we see the Bhagavad Gita. In this, we see the chariot, we see the horses, we see the reins, the driver, and the passenger also. So how do we understand this? This chariot, if we can think, is like our body. Body is like a chariot. And the senses, these horses, they are like the senses. The reins with which we control the horses is the mind. These intelligence is the driver, and the spirit soul is a passenger sitting in the chariot of this body. So it is the driver of the chariot who has to control the horses with the help of the reins. So intelligence needs to control the mind so that the mind can control the senses. Very, very important to understand. You see, if the mind is obstinate, turbulent, restless, very strong, how to control? Simple, discipline it. When we see our children, they are out of control, they are, running here and there, being destructive, what do? We discipline them. We give them higher taste. If they are we distract them. If they are doing something which we don't want them to do, then instead of saying, don't do, don't do, don't do, it's not going to work. Because the child is going to do more and more the more we say no. So we have to give them something better to do. Same applies to the mind also. We need to give the mind something else to do, some higher taste. And mind means man, right? So the higher taste for man is mantra. mantra meditation. That's an easy process. And this mantra meditation is given to us by Krishna himself. And especially in this age of Kali Yuga, this Maha Mantra is the mantra for deliverance. If we want to deliver ourselves from this controlling, obstinate, turbulent, restless mind, if we want to control it. So the easy process is Bhakti Yoga. Practice Bhakti Yoga, engage the mind in higher taste, which is mantra meditation. So when we, keep this picture in our mind, that we can always think that, okay, if I want to control my senses, which are like wild horses going here, there, everywhere, then the reins have to be in the control of the driver, which means the intelligence has to control the mind. Very, very important. Then we don't have to worry about the horses, the senses. They will automatically come under control. You see, in our lives, whatever we experience, whether it is happiness or distress, it is because of the mind and also the senses, because the senses are engaged in a indisciplined manner. There is no discipline. And because they are out of control, mind is out of control, that is why we experience happiness and distress. See, the soul remains aloof. The soul doesn't get affected. That's important to understand. We are the spirit soul, and it does not get affected by happiness or distress. But once we understand this, then we will be happy in all situations. So the job of the intelligence is to control the mind so that the senses can come under control. And this is a simple process of practicing Bhakti Yoga. So if we use our intelligence, then we will choose wisely. Instructions are given to us in the Bhagavad Gita how to control the mind by practicing Bhakti Yoga. Now, Krishna, when Arjuna is putting across this statement to Krishna that mind is this, this, and this, Krishna agrees. He says, yes, mind is restless. And he also says it's difficult to control. Krishna is not saying it's very easy, it's a piece of cake, that you can just control the mind. He's agreeing that mind is restless and it is difficult to control. But the good news is, he says it is possible to control the mind. See, if Krishna had said, no, it's not possible to control the mind, chapter would have ended right there. You see, there was nothing we can do. But he's saying, yes, it is possible. How? By two things, by suitable practice and detachment. These are the two things that will help control the mind. Now, what is that suitable practice? That suitable practice is mantra meditation, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You see, just like the doctor, excuse me, the doctor gives a prescription based on the disease, whatever the ailment is. Doctor is not going to do inam more and then pick up medicine and give. No, based on the disease. Similarly, based on the age in which we are, which is called Kali Yuga, the process for self-realization is given. Krite yadhyayato Vishnu, tretayam yajato magay. In Satya Yuga process was meditation for 30,000-40,000 years. In Treta Yuga, it was fire sacrifice. In Dwapar Yuga, it was elaborate worship in the temples. Kalau Tad Hari Kirtana. Tad means we get the same benefit from what other yugas people received just by Hari Kirtana, just by chanting the holy names of the Lord. See? This is the process. This is the medication for us in Kali Yuga to control the mind. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear Prahlad Maharaj talking about 9 processes of devotional service. He says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. The first step is Shravanam, which means hearing. That's what we do on Sundays. We hear. And then Kirtanam. Kirtanam is chanting, chanting the holy names of the Lord. So when we do hearing and then we do chanting, then Smaranam, remembrance of the Lord, will be automatic. We won't have to try, put in extra effort to remember the Lord. It'll be automatic. Hearing, chanting, remembering. This is how the process works. And hearing is very, very powerful. If you notice, we have 2 ears, only 1 mouth. Chanting, hearing 2, that means it is very, very important. Because when we hear about spirituality, when we hear the Bhagavad Gita, then all our doubts are removed. All our misconceptions are removed. All our misgivings are removed, you see. Doubts are cleared. And then what is the result? Enlightenment, self-realization because of knowledge. So the more we will hear, the more we will become empowered and more our minds will become clear of all the doubts. And this chanting is so very powerful. I'm telling you from my experience, I've been chanting since 1985. That's almost 40 years. And it is so empowering that it just clears the mind. Everything becomes crystal clear. There is no doubt at all. The mind gets detached from what? From activities that are unfavorable. You see, we can understand, we have intelligence, so we can understand there are some things that are favorable and some unfavorable. So we have to choose wisely. What do we want to do? But by this chanting process, this mantra meditation, what happens? We stop doing activities which are unfavorable. Why? Because we are getting higher taste. And the mind is becoming conscious of Krishna, you see. So the more we will hear the Bhagavad Gita, the more we will hear about Krishna, the more we will get attached to the holy name of Krishna. And then more we will get detached from unfavorable. This is called spiritual enlightenment, you see. Bhakti Yoga, which is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti Yoga is the top rung of the yoga ladder. That is what gives, you can say, satisfaction, spiritual satisfaction. And with this process of Bhakti Yoga, one's mind gets controlled. You see? Just like when we go to the doctor gives us a medication, but he also gives us advice sometimes, right? You know, he gives us some options, like he would also tell us about the diet restrictions, etc., etc. You see, so hearing about Krishna is, you can say, the expert treatment for restless mind. Krishna says that the mind, it is unbridled. You understand? Unbridled. It is uncontrolled. And that is why self-realization becomes very difficult. So all the more it's important to control the mind if we choose to become self-realized, if we choose to understand who am I actually. Who am I? I'm not this body. To understand what is my relationship with the Supreme Lord. To understand why am I suffering in this material world. And to understand how to break this cycle of birth and death and go back to the spiritual world. This is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us, you see. But to be able to control the mind, it's important to have a teacher. Just like in our regular activities that we do. Say, I want to learn to dance, I want to learn to sing, I want to learn karate, I want to learn software, whatever it may be. I need a teacher. So why not for spiritual knowledge? We need a guru, we need a teacher. Then success is guaranteed, you see. Krishna, he is giving us his opinion. He says, okay, yes, mind is restless, it's obstinate, it's turbulent, it's very strong. I agree, it is very difficult to control the mind, but he's giving us his opinion. He's not forcing us to do something. If we read the whole Bhagavad Gita, we will see he never forced Arjuna to do anything. He just gave him the knowledge. You see? And in chapter 15, we will hear Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarver aham eva vedeo vedanta krit veda vid eva chaham. Krishna says, I'm situated in everyone's heart as a super soul. And he says, from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So we have three options. We can choose whatever we want. If we choose to forget him, he will help us to forget him. If we want his knowledge, he will guide us to get his knowledge. And if we want to remember him, he's going to help us with that too. He says, I am the compiler of the Vedas and I am to be known from the Vedas. That's the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, to understand Krishna. But see, he's so kind, he's giving us a choice. So we can choose, we can use our intelligence and choose. Do I want or do I not want? Simple. Very, very simple. You see, we have to decide, do I want to go towards higher taste? I have tried lower taste. I haven't got any satisfaction. So why should I keep trying for lower taste? Let me try the higher taste. You see, enjoying the senses. I want to eat this, I want to see this, I want to hear this, I want to go here, I want this, I want that. This has been going on for a very long time. Our senses have been demanding from us to do this, go here and eat this and hear this, everything. We've tried it. We've tried enjoying our senses. So why not give self-realization a try? Why not try to control the mind? It is difficult, but it is not impossible, you see. But if we, continue to enjoy our senses and then want to be happy, it's not going to happen. It's like I want to light the fire, but at the same time, I'm putting water in it. It's not going to work. There's going to be no fire. You see, it's just waste of time. So important to understand, we need to focus on controlling the mind. Once we focus on that, then self-realization will be very easy. So now, $1,000,000 question again, how to control the mind? Krishna says constant practice and detachment. Constant practice of what? Constant practice of devotional service, constant practice of bhakti yoga. Engage the mind in loving service to the Lord. You see, loving service starts with following his instructions. And his instructions are very clear. Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyatha. 3 times he's saying, chanting, chanting, chanting. In Kali Yuga, there is no other way, no other way, no other way. That is the medicine for us in Kali Yuga. So we need to practice mantra meditation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the way to successfully control the mind. And then detachment will be automatic and it's not going to be painful. You see, people get scared of the word detachment. They think, oh, if I start hearing Bhagavad Gita, if I start following Bhagavad Gita, then I will get detached from my family. No. Attachment is not good. Affection is very good. Having affection for the family is good, but not attachment. So with mantra meditation, there's going to be detachment. Then the mind will not get attracted towards unfavorable activities. Now, Arjuna also wants to know what is the destination of unsuccessful transcendentalists. Someone who's practicing bhakti yoga, someone who is trying to become self-realized, someone who is on the path of bhakti yoga, what will be the destination if they are unsuccessful? You see? That's a very good question. That, okay, we are hearing Bhagavad Gita, we are trying to practice, we are also doing mantra meditation. What if at the last moment of our lives, at the time of death, we are not able to remember Krishna? Then what? Are we going to be unsuccessful? You see? Krishna says, even a little endeavor, just a little bit of effort on this path of bhakti yoga can save one from the greatest danger. There is no loss at all. We carry forward our spiritual bank balance to our next life. Say, for instance, in this life, I practice only 50%. Then what? In the next life, I will commence from 51%. But if I get a PhD in this life, can I take it with me to the next life? No. I have to start from kindergarten and get educated in elementary, middle school, high school, college, etc. But spiritual bank, now I have, say, $1 million in my bank account. Will I get it in my next life? No, I have to start from scratch. I have to start earning from $1 itself. You see? So material bank balance does not get carried forward, but spiritual bank balance, it does. So Krishna is saying there is no loss. When we practice bhakti, there is no loss at all, because all our piety, all our pious credit gets transferred to the next life. So here, why is Arjuna asking such a question about unsuccessful bhakti yogi? Is because there is a possibility that, even though we are endeavoring, we may not be successful at the last moment, but that's okay. There is no loss. Even though, so then a question may arise that despite constant endeavor, we may fail, then what? Krishna is giving us a guarantee. Krishna says in verse number 38 that if the aspiring transcendentalist, someone who's practicing bhakti yoga, fails, does not lose both ways, does not, you see, Arjuna is confused. He's like, okay, if someone is practicing bhakti yoga, is possibly losing both ways, because is not enjoying material happiness, is not getting spiritual success. It's like a riven cloud, right? Riven cloud that tries to leave small cloud and try to join the big cloud. But if it cannot join the big cloud, then the wind blows it away. And then that cloud becomes a non-entity, you see. But bhakti yoga is the best yoga process for self-realization. It helps one in controlling the mind. You see, there are 3 stages of realization of the Supreme Lord. See, 3 stages. One is Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. You see, 3 stages. Brahman realization is the lowest stage, where one realizes the Supreme Lord as the effulgence, Brahma Jyoti. Now, the next stage is Paramatma realization, where one realizes the Lord as the super soul within the heart. But the topmost realization, Krishna says, is Bhagavan realization, where with the help of Bhakti Yoga, one understands Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. You see? So here Arjuna has these doubts. And we are very fortunate he had these doubts, because if he did not have these doubts, he would not have questioned Krishna, and we wouldn't have got the answers, because our questions are identical with Arjuna's. So Arjuna is telling Krishna, these are my doubts. you please dispel them completely. He wants complete resolution because he understands Krishna is the Supreme Lord and he is the only one who can destroy all his doubts. Why only Krishna? Because Krishna has already told Arjuna, I know the past, present, and future. We know only about ourselves. We are the only ones who know what we have done in the past, what we are doing now. And we are the only ones who knows what our mind is thinking about future. But Krishna, he knows everybody. He knows everyone's past, present. He even knows the future of everybody. So what he says, his verdict is final, and his answers are complete answers to all the doubts. You see, Arjuna addresses Krishna as Madhu Sudana. Madhu was a demon, and Krishna had killed this demon called Madhu. So the reason he is addressing Krishna as Madhusudana is just like you killed the demon Madhu, I want you to kill the doubts in my heart, which are like demons, demon like doubts. I want them to be removed. And that is why he is asking question, because when he hears the answer, that knowledge from Krishna, because Krishna is a bona fide source, he is a Supreme Lord, perfect source. So this knowledge is coming from Krishna. So he knows that just by hearing the Bhagavad Gita, from perfect source, the perfect knowledge, his doubts will be completely removed. So Arjuna's question is very, very important. How to control the mind which is restless, turbulent, obstinate, very strong. How to control it? And what does Krishna say? He says it's difficult, but it is possible. There are two things to do: to constant practice of bhakti yoga and detachment. When we constantly practice mantra meditation, detachment will be automatic. We will not have to try hard to do that. It'll be automatic. Why? Because it'll give us higher taste. We will experience happiness, which is permanent. See, the happiness we get in the material world has a beginning and it has an end. We are happy and then we are no more happy, because the thing that gave us happiness is now become stale. We don't want it anymore. Just like I want to eat a slice of pizza. That's my desire. Okay, I eat one slice, two slices, three slices, four slices. After that, I don't want it anymore. Where did that happiness go? The happiness that I got with the first slice of pizza is not there anymore. It's gone, because it is material happiness. Spiritual happiness is permanent. It is very sweet. It is everlasting. So here Krishna is giving us the knowledge by which we can understand how to control this restless, obstinate, turbulent, very strong mind. And the easy process is mantra meditation, where we chant the holy names of the Lord. When we chant the holy names of the Lord, then, only then, we will be able to control the mind. That is the process. And it is all given in the scriptures. It's not hearsay. It is not this one told me, that one told me. No, it's there in the scriptures. And Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the whole Vedic literature. You see, the Vedas, they are so vast, 4 Vedas. If we start reading the Vedas, we won't be able to complete it in one lifetime. It's not possible. So simple is just the Bhagavad Gita, which is the essence of the whole Vedic literature. And this is what we are learning every Sunday in Bhagavad Gita. And today's topic, based on the verses that we had today, was how to control the mind. You see, so it is through mantra meditation. And I think Roya has come for the first time. Welcome to you also. Thank you for joining us. And what I will do is I will just, since you've come for the first time, I will post some links for you if you're interested. And let me see. And towards the end of it, you will see is the mantra that we will do a little bit of meditation now, mantra meditation. So we just do it 10 times to give all of you an idea. So here are the chanting beats, and we will do each mantra on each beat. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So you see, it's very, very simple. And please chant this Maha Mantra on a daily basis, and you will experience happiness, which is going to be eternal. So I'm going to end now. If anyone has any questions or comments, you're welcome to ask. And thank you for joining. No questions or comments? Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. We will see you all next Sunday. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gita.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.